good evening, and welcome to Tea Time.
Welcome to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. It is Monday. It is March 3rd. That's right. A few more days and we're going to be in spring. We actually have to change the clocks. We got to spring ahead. I think this Sunday, I think. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to talk about my weekend real quick and get to my in-studio guests. I'm so excited. All right, so Friday, I went to see my son-in-law, Stephen LaRose, and his partner in crime in the music industry, Phil. They're called the Two Fat Guys, and they played at EGP in Oceanside. There he is. There's Stephen playing guitar and Phil sings. So when they're not with their full band, Crucial Experiment, they do a two-man gig called the Two Fat Guys, and that's their logo, and that's their tip jar, which is a Kentucky Fried Chicken bucket. Yeah! So we had a really good time on Friday night. And then Saturday, actually, just to say congratulations again, Stephen LaRose and Phil actually opened for Big Shot on Saturday at Mulcahy's. And unfortunately, I couldn't be there because I was doing Murdered by the Mob, which we're going to put up that pic. Thank you very much. There I am as Bunny. So we did Murdered by the Mob at the Iron Bar downstairs in the secret room, which is like a speakeasy. And we're going to be back there March 15th. So March 15th, if you can't make it, go to murderedbythemob.com and, come see the show. It's great. Also, Sunday was laundry, because we only clean underwear. And I had dinner with my girlfriend, Doreen. She made a wonderful pasta and vegetable dinner. It was so good. And then I had a date with Oscar. So I just want to congratulate all the winners and say, go indie films, because this year was amazing. All right, let me get to my in-studio guest, because I'm so excited he's here. He is a digital creator. He's a voiceover artist. He is a program director. He's a radio personality. Rob Rush is in the house.
Thank you.
Hi, Rob.
Meg, that was a good
How's
intro.
it going?
It's going. How are you doing?
I'm good.
The Two Fat Guys. One of those guys came up to me at a bar, I think in Merrick, and gave me his card. And
oh, yeah?
yeah, I forgot. I don't know if it was your son-in-law or if it was the other one.
Okay.
It was one of them.
All right.
One of the fat
cool.
guys.
One of the fat guys.
So one of the fat
guys.
Yeah.
So let's talk about you. I want everyone to get to know you. Where you're from? How'd you grow up? How'd you get into this crazy industry? So, Rob Rush. Rush actually is not your given name.
It's not my Christian name.
You're a Paisan.
Paisan, yes.
Yes,
Paisan.
and it's Caliendo? Is that how you say it?
Caliendo.
Okay,
yes.
with a D.
With a D.
And Napolitan. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And Irish and German.
Oh,
on my mother's side.
On your mom's side.
Yeah.
So how did you come up with the name Rush?
Well, I didn't really want to use the real name because I just wanted to change things up. So I was told by, I worked at when I was an intern at WLIR, Linda Lopez was there. Oh. And I remember she said to me, well, you can always do something like in alliteration, like I'm Linda Lopez, you could do something with an R. So I just said, okay. So I thought about it, and I came home one night, and there was a biography on of Rush Limbaugh, and I said, Rob Rush, that kind of goes good. And then people think it's political. It's like not political. It's just, if it was Ronald Reagan, I very well could have thought Reagan sounded good and used that.
Right.
So yeah.
I like it. I like Rob Rush. It definitely works. Born and raised in New Hyde Park?
I was born in New Hyde Park.
Or you were transplanted? No.
No, I was
You were
born in
there?
New Hyde Park. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
lived there,
yeah.
and then I lived there, and I
Yeah.
was born there. Yeah.
And you a cute kid. We gotta pick. Let's go to pick
Oh, no.
pick 3, please. Your kindergarten pick.
Oh.
Look. All right, tell everyone where you are, so they'll see. They'll know where you are.
I am the one all the way. I guess if you're looking at it on the right-hand side, I guess I was the tallest kid in the back row at the
Yeah,
time.
you're in the
I
back
didn't really
row.
grow much after that.
No, that's not true.
I peaked in kindergarten with
That's
height.
so
yes.
not true. And then the next pick. This is one of your school picks too.
Oh, God.
Look at
Wow,
that.
you really dig deep, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I dig deep. I dig deep. Thank you. So, what kind of kid were you like when you were younger?
I was always a quiet kid, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of people would probably be shocked, if they don't know what I do, to realize or find out what I did. Yeah, I was always shy and quiet, and then I just came out of my shell. I guess one of the guys that helped me get out of my shell, Mark, saw him the other night. Our friend Mark Mendoza is in the audience here, and
yes, Mark is here. Mark actually connected us. So
yeah.
thank you, Mark.
And Mark was at my father's place last night, and it was Epi. I remember Epi told me a funny
Epi,
story.
yeah.
Because I used to have to drive him back to home. He found out that I was living near him by Roslyn when I was an intern.
Right.
And he would take me home, and I remember him saying to me, you got to come out of your shell. Eric Clapton, the first song he sang was White Room. He never wanted to sing, and he sang
Right,
that.
right.
And that stuck with me, so I always kind of came
Yeah.
out of my shell afterwards, yeah.
So you went to.
Now I can't shut up, as people would
No,
say.
Mo. You know what? Well, when you're making a living at talking,
Yeah, you
I'm
have
sure
to.
you go home. Do you go home and say, I just don't want to talk for like a good hour?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I just kind of. Well, I don't know. Depends.
Yeah, you have any
When I
like
get phone calls,
downtime with your,
Yeah, I guess I could have downtime.
Yeah.
I'm watching
Other than
TV
when you're
or
sleeping.
something. Yeah, when
You
I'm
know what I'm
watching
saying?
TV or
Yeah,
if I'm
just quiet moments.
doing some work. Yeah, quiet
Okay.
moments. Yeah.
All right. So
I find as I get older, I like the quiet moments a little
Yeah,
bit
yeah,
more.
yeah.
You know?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, we got pick 6. You actually picked up
Pick
like
six.
pick 6. You play.
Yes.
You play.
Yeah, that was in my grandmother's. That was my aunt's house upstairs.
Right.
That picture.
Now,
Yeah, I
did
do
you start
play.
your own band like everybody else?
I did have my own band. We had a band in high school,
Yeah.
and then I had a band for a little while with some guys from the New Hyde Park area about 10 years ago, and then
Yeah.
I really haven't played too much.
No?
I'm waiting for the call from Mark Mendoza from Twisted Sister. Maybe he'll let me.
Oh my God, that's great. Oh my God. So you went to New Hyde Park Memorial Junior and a senior high school?
It was 7 through 12.
Was that
so
a
it was,
combined? Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
strange to walk in there and you're like 12 and the guy looks like 6'4" and he's got a mustache and
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
This is what I'm walking into.
Yeah. So I want to ask you, what was the very first concert you went to? Who did you go see for the very, very first time?
Are we talking about like with my parents or without my parents?
Maybe both.
With my parents, it was Sha-Na Na at Westbury Music Fair.
Wow.
And without my parents, I went to go see, it was me and my friend Rob, because we were original, we couldn't not remember each other's names. We went to go see Poison and Warrant at Nassau Coliseum. It was like, I think, November of 1990.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool because that was like my
Wow.
first experience going out and seeing a show, and
Yeah.
with the people, the way that they were dressed, and the girls
Yeah.
with the high hair and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and the scantily clad. I said, I'm coming back here.
I like this.
Yeah, this is good. All right.
This is fun.
I'm coming back.
That's great. So you decided to go to Nassau Community College? Is
Yes.
that where you went?
Yeah, I went to Nassau.
And you got involved in the radio program there? You just
I went to Nassau for communications, and then I
Okay.
found the radio program there,
Right.
and it just kind of happened. I really didn't think I wanted to do it. I wanted to do something creative or artistic or musically, and I just found the radio program, and I just kind of fell in love with it. And you flash forward to, I think it was 2-3 years ago. It was WHPC was the radio station.
Right,
And now
that was there,
I'm
yeah.
in the Hall of Fame at WHPC with 2 other guys. My buddy Brett,
Wow.
who we started with, and my friend Sean. Yeah.
okay.
So I feel old now. I was there, now I'm in the
No,
Hall of
you're
Fame.
so
Only
not
3
old.
people in the Hall of Fame. I'm one of 3. So there you go.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, well, I just started it, so I wouldn't go that far.
All right, but
you
it's still
know,
bragging rights. I'll take it. That's really cool. But you tell me the story about Don K. Reed and you writing a letter to him.
Yeah, so Don K lived in my neighborhood, and I knew where he lived, but I thought it would be a little tacky if I went and knocked on his door and asked him to do, what I can do to get into radio, or how could I.
Right.
So I wrote him a letter to CBS FM, because this was right before the internet started.
Yeah.
And to his credit, he called like more than once. My mother, I remember saying to me,
so
Don
nice
K.
of
Reed
him to
called.
do that.
And he called, and he had that unmistakable voice, and I answered the phone, and they go, hello. He goes, hey, Rob, it's Don K. Reed. And I said, oh, you hear the voice, you're like, oh. And he goes, yeah, your mom says you want to get into radio. I said, yeah. He goes, get out while you still can. So that was his first, and we would joke about that from time to time. Yeah, so that was his advice. And then he kind of took me under his wing. There was a show. It's not there anymore. It was on Lakeville Road in New Hyde Park. I think it was called Kismet Hall. And there was an oldie show there, and he took me there, and I met him, and he just kind of showed me what it was like. All these oldies bands were there, and I thought it was really cool. People coming up to Don, and I remember him saying something like, yeah, you see how that guy knows me? I have no idea who he is. But he knows me, yeah.
We got pick 5. I've got a pick with you and him, and I think.
Yeah.
Leave that up a moment, please. That the bottom pick is that like when you first.
That was
met
the
him?
night. I think that was the night I was talking about. Yeah.
Right.
I was at the Kismet in.
So over
New
the
Hyde
years,
Park.
he really became your mentor.
Yeah, he would help me out, and then we
Which is
became
nice.
close friends.
Yeah,
and I'm still in touch with his son.
That's great.
Yeah,
Thank you.
He passed away
A couple of years ago,
July of
right?
2022. Yeah, it was a shock. Yeah. I really miss him.
But I loved listening to him, and I loved that station. I loved CBS, and I loved his doo-wop, the doo-wop
Oh
show.
yeah, he was the king of the doo-wops. Yeah,
it was great. And I did go to a lot of doo-wop shows.
Yeah.
back
So
then.
you've met him, I'm sure. Right?
I'm sure I have.
Yeah,
But because it was my happy place.
Yeah, he was a
what I
great
mean?
guy. Yeah, I miss him.
But who did you like listening to growing up? Did you have like a favorite band that you like?
Band?
Like wore out the album?
Yeah, Michael Jackson. I first got into music. Michael Jackson,
Okay,
Thriller.
yeah.
Then it was Bon Jovi as a kid. And then I got into the hair band stuff, like Poison. This band called Twisted Sister.
Oh, yeah, I heard of them.
I never saw Twisted Sister live, and Mark likes to bust my chops about that.
I never have either.
Yeah, so I was into those types of bands, and then when I was in high school, everybody was more into the grunge, getting into grunge, and I got into that as well. But I always kind of, liked listening to like the Bon Jovis and the Poisons.
Speaking about John Bon Jovi, can you put up 21, please? Because I want to know if this was a pinch me moment for you.
Oh, yeah, that was, because I was always a big fan of his, and that was at Stu Leonard's. He was doing something with his son for his wine, and nice guy. Yeah, he was a nice guy.
Thank you. Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah,
I mean, like, you're listening to these people and all of a sudden you're meeting them.
Yeah, sometimes you get worried about, they say never meet your heroes, but
Because you
I've
don't
been
wanna be
pretty fortunate.
disappointed.
Yeah,
I know. I've heard the same.
I've been pretty fortunate. Yeah.
I've heard the same thing. All right, listen, we're gonna take my first break, but don't go away. There's so much more here with Rob when we get back after this. Don't go away.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
Well, hi there, Theresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Tea Time on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Theresa. Bye.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. Wait, don't worry. Rob's here.
I just wanted
Rob,
to.
sit down. We
this
have
was
special effects
yeah.
right now.
I'm in the whoopee cushion seat. Listen, right?
That's the whoopee cushion seat.
When they were moving the TV, I thought it was the pole that was making the noise, but no, it was not. It was me.
It was you.
Inadvertently.
Rob Rush is in the house. He's a digital creator. He's a voiceover artist. He's a program director and a radio personality. So again, Don K. Reed became really, really good friends with you. Gave you great advice, over the years. kind of, I guess, watch your career blossom,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is so
yeah.
sweet.
He would always joke and be like, "Hey, you're more famous than me now." I'd say,
So tell me about this journey you went on. You started at Nassau Community.
Yes.
Okay, and then you got you auditioned and did an internship, or was it the other way around? You did an internship and auditioned. Was it for WLIR?
So LIR, yeah, no, I started there as an intern.
I started as an intern.
And
Okay.
I was there as an intern on and off for a couple of years. And then Jim Green, who was the program director at WHPC, told me that there was an opening at KJOY as a
Right.
board op, which a board op is, it's short for board operator.
Board up extraordinaire. We have one over here.
And they usually, you know, a radio board op, in those days, they didn't speak. They just would run the board.
Correct.
And that's that. And then I was doing that, and then I just got wind that the company LIR was starting Party 105, so I went there, and the long and short of it was that Gary C., who was the program director at WLIR, I gave him a tape. He gave me my first break. It was Saturday night, 2 a.m. to 5 a.m.
And that was what, 1995?
October of '98, I got onto LIR.
98.
Yeah, I started at
Yes, October
95.
98.
Wow, it's going to be 30 years.
Wow,
I know, it's crazy. It's
congratulations.
crazy.
That's longer than most marriages. Yeah.
But yeah, so October of '98, I started my professional career. And
Right.
this July, I'll be 25 years I've been full-time.
Wow.
Which is, yeah, kind of crazy. Yeah,
It is crazy.
can't believe it.
But a lot of the station has changed names and like really evolved over the years, right? Like, wasn't it like, I don't know, it was like 94X. and it
Yeah, so that
also-
was 94.3. So yeah, I was at
Yeah.
LIR until 2003.
Right.
And then 2003, I came over with Malibu Sue and John Daniels to where I'm at now, 94.3 FM. So it was Island 94.3.
Right.
Then it was WMJC,
Yeah,
94.3. Then it was 94X. And
Yeah.
then September of 2012, it became The Shark, 94.3
Right.
The Shark.
And it's been the Shark.
It's been The Shark ever since.
You know, I
yes.
have a nickname from Mark Mendoza.
What's
He
that?
calls me Jaws.
Oh. And what do you call Mark?
I can't say it on air.
Oh, okay. Neither could I. He's looking at me like, I'm gonna kill you.
So now, so now when someone says, "What do you do?" Do you say, does anyone say they're a DJ anymore? Or do they say radio personality? I mean, it's not like you're spinning records today.
No, I wasn't spinning records back then even. No, I started, it was CDs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Shows you
I
how
never
old
actually,
I am.
I never actually spun a record
Right.
live on the air, I
Right,
don't
right,
think.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, of course, I've spun records for
So
myself.
what?
but-
So what's the proper etiquette to?
If somebody asks what I
title?
do, I would just say, I take up space. No,
No, you don't.
well, I would just say, I guess I'm in radio. And if they say,
I'm in
what do you do?
radio.
I say, I'm an announcer or I'm a DJ,
Okay,
a
all right.
program director,
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually don't tell people like when I'm not, there are those people that go out and, they kind of like wait for you to like,
Right,
but I
right,
just
right.
don't really
So,
keep quiet. I'm still quiet in that aspect, I guess.
Program director, production director.
Program director,
What's the difference between the two?
Well, so I'm program director for The Shark,
Okay.
which means that I'm in charge of picking the music, coming up with content, working with my jock. It's just us. It's me in Orlando, and then we
Okay.
have a girl, Amy Brooks, so she's great. She's middays. And just coming up with all the content, adding new songs, dealing with record labels, dealing with
Right.
sales.
Yeah.
It's a day-to-day thing. It's different every day,
It's
which is always
different every
fun.
day,
Yeah. Mhm.
which is nice because you really don't, like you wake up and you're not too sure what
Yeah,
the day's
it's not
gonna
like you're
bring for
going
you.
in, all right, I got to do the sales insurance again, and it's all different every day.
Well, you do something called Under the Covers?
Yeah, that's a segment Monday to Friday where it's just a different cover song every day.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
cool.
It is
which
cool. Yeah.
And then you also do deep, what
Deep,
can I?
Deep Cuts?
Yeah, Deep
Deep
Cuts.
Cuts Weekend. That's
Deep
a
Cuts
station
Weekends.
thing, yeah. So it starts Friday at 5.
Yeah.
And I love this because it starts Friday at 5 and it goes to Sunday at 7 when I do
Okay.
my new show. We'll talk about that with
Right.
Mark and Billy Mira.
Yeah.
But the Deep Cuts Weekend is, Mark will appreciate this. It's for all of the people that will always say, they have more than one song, and then we play
Right,
all the
like
deep
back
cuts.
to back. You do like back to back.
We do about like 3 or 4 deep cuts an hour.
Oh, that's cool.
So like if people are used to hearing Metallica, or say for example
Mm-hmm.
Enter Sandman, we'll play Crash Course in Brain Surgery. Twisted
Okay.
Sister, you might just hear I Want to Rock, or We're Not
Right,
Going to Take It, but
right.
we'll play Can't Stop Rock and Roll, The Price,
Right.
Burn in Hell,
Yeah.
Under the Blade. So it's all the songs that you don't normally hear, and we do it every weekend.
Do you ever do one-hit wonders?
I guess we do, not as a specialty weekend, but they're included, I'm sure, in the
Yeah,
deep cuts weekend.
yeah.
Yeah, one hit wonders.
There's so many good.
There's so many.
There's
Yeah.
so many good one-hit
I
wonders.
know there are a lot.
There are. So how did you come up with this concept as far as like what to pick, what to choose? Do you like decide the night before?
No,
as far as
no. There's a
programming, like-
library, and you.
And you
it's-
also have to see when was the last time you played it.
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
don't play
So
it
there's
again.
a skill to it. I don't want to give too
There's
much of it away,
thousands
but
and
yeah.
thousands of songs.
Yeah, So we have a certain number of songs that you play, but there's a library, so we have programs that we help us, and they'll pick the songs, and I kind of go. We call it massaging the log, and if you're right, if
What they
I
call-
look to
wait,
see,
Wait, you call it what?
you can massage the log.
Massage the log.
And now it sounds
Okay.
dirty. I didn't think about that until. Thank you. I'll have to come up with something
Hey,
different.
all
You
right.
kind of go in and you handpick, and to your point. Yeah, you want to make sure, for example, you don't play the same song at the same time every day. So
Right.
there is some science to it, but
Oh,
it's,
absolutely. Yeah.
But I don't do it every day. I do it every day, but it's not like I pick. All right, this is what's going to happen. It's kind of a formula.
So tell me about you took one, I don't know if you want to call it class, but you took one class, one course about your accent. You wanted it was called Voice and Diction.
Voice and diction.
Voice and
At Nassau
Diction.
Community College.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I took, because some people say, wow, I can't hear your voice, your accent. In fact, I'll lead into the story, but just one class, and basically it just taught me how to get rid of the AW sound, coffee, for, and my one buddy, not the comedian, but we do call him Goomba Johnny. We call my buddy Johnny at the gym, and he goes, one day he asked me what's going on concert-wise, and I said, well, this is coming up in July. I said, and there's a couple of shows you might want to go to at the beach in August. He goes, when, Robbie? So I said, in August. He goes, in August? It's
August?
August, yeah.
Right,
So I get made
right.
fun of about
Yeah.
that. But I never took formal training.
But let me
It's
ask
just you have to learn how
I
to
have a question.
concentrate.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Do you not get? Would they not hire you if you sounded different from everybody else?
Well, that's a good question.
Thank you. I try.
For commercials, yeah, I think so. You have to have a certain regional sound.
So for a commercial, it has to be universal.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, universal.
Okay.
I mean, over here, you can have like a little bit, especially when you're on the air.
Right.
You're local. You're from here. It's,
Right.
You don't want to hear somebody that sounds like they're,
I mean,
not
do you
from
want to
around
hear
here.
somebody from Long Island sound like Long Island?
It depends. I mean, some people might, some people may not. Like, I try just to make it sound universal. If I'm doing
Right.
because I do all the voiceovers for News 12.
Yes,
so
you
I try to
do.
do all
Yes,
that
you
as
do.
universal. Yes.
Yes.
I have to watch it say all.
Yes, and I just saw you in a commercial for PC Richard
Oh yeah.
that you just did. That
Yes.
was very, very good.
Oh, thank you. That
Yeah.
was filmed at the Plainview one.
And you also work with the Mets as
I do.
as an announcer.
Public
kind of?
address announcer.
Public-
So I'm
yes.
a part-time guy. Started there in
Yeah.
2004. And
How exciting is that?
that was really exciting, and it was interesting how I got it. My buddy that was doing the PA at the time asked me if I was around, and I go to the bar. My boss is there and wants to meet you. And Vito is his name, Vito Vitiello. He met me. Yeah, and he said.
Vito said, "Hey Rob, I got a job for you."
Yeah, I said, I ain't saying no to Vito. And he just said, he goes, I loved listening to you on LIR. You have a great voice. We're gonna
You
have
give
some
good voice.
Yeah, we're gonna have some conflict with Saturdays and or Sundays and Thursdays with the football schedule, because the guy that was doing the PA was doing football as well.
Right.
And he says, "You want the job?" And I said, "For what?" And he goes, "To be the backup public address announcer for the Mets." And
Wow.
that was 2004, and they still let me into the building every
That's
once in a while. Yeah.
great.
But now I'm backing up Colin Cosell and
Yes,
Marisol
Colin
Castro.
Cosell is Howard's grandson.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, that's fun.
Yeah. Well, Colin's a great guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Marisol Castro too.
Yeah. That's nice. I like
Thank you.
that. That's cool. That's
try.
That's how things happen though
Yeah.
sometimes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Just spur of the moment.
That's it.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know. But yeah, so that was voice and diction in just one
Voice
class
and diction.
because
Well, it was one semester.
well, one
yeah.
semester.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is that we talked about
You talked about it, yes.
actors from New York having accents, and they're told right away, got to lose the accent.
You have to, actors especially,
and,
yeah.
we know our friend Al Sapienza went
Yeah,
through
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, I think didn't
and-
he say something where he went and then he lost it and then he had to get it back
Yeah,
or
but
something?
the same thing happened to Marissa Tomei.
Yeah.
Marissa Tomei lost her accent. And then, boom, she gets My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah, and she gets the
she's gotta
Academy
bring
Award,
it,
yeah.
So it's...
Like I said, it's if you're doing voiceovers, my one piece of advice would be to try not to lose it because, if that's who you are, that's who you are. But try to, as I like to say, curb it.
Right.
Right. Just watch, 4/4.
Yeah.
Party,
I know
party.
if I talk slower
Talk.
and I'm aware
I remember
of how I sound.
the professor said, just almost sound like a snob as to what you would sound like.
Right, right.
So if I were to do the rest of the interview in not my natural voice, I would probably sound more like this, yes.
It's great. Like you should be wearing
Sally
a polo
sells
shirt
seashells down by the seashore. Instead of Sally sells seashells down by the seashore. Just ask my buddy Vinny about it.
But back in the day, a lot of the DJs, they had that radio sounding voice.
Yeah.
Everyone sounded.
All that big,
you couldn't
deep
tell
voice.
anyone apart.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You
yeah,
know?
back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, it was kind of like, Casey Kasem is.
Yeah,
I mean,
Casey
he had a
Kasem.
voice of his own.
And he also did voiceovers to commercials.
He did commercial
and
work.
cartoons too.
Yes, he
Robin
did.
on Batman,
Yeah.
Shaggy, of course.
Yes,
For
yeah.
Scooby-Doo, yeah. He had that voice.
Would you
Casey
want to be
did.
a cartoon one day?
Would I want to be a cartoon? I am a cartoon already. Sure, I would do cartoons. Why not? I did one little small thing about 8-9 years ago with the guy that was the morning show for the Shark, Orlando. We did something. It was a local thing. It was fun.
Yeah.
Watching the thing and.
Now, when you growing up and you told your parents, your mom, someone, your family, I want to get into radio, did they think you were kind of crazy to?
My father did.
Okay.
My mother was always supportive
Yeah.
of what I wanted to do. My father, I think, eventually got around to it, but
Right.
I guess in his
when you
own way, he
started
was
getting
just
paychecks.
Yeah.
Then he was like,
He was
"Oh,
just
I think
looking
this is
out.
going to work out for you."
Yeah, he said it was a pipe dream. In fact, I used one of his voices, cartoon-wise, for a commercial that Mark loves on the station, Washville Car Wash. So I kind of took my father's voice and made that the sound of the car.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Hey, this is Washville over. Yeah, Mark, what's that? That Mark knows the script better than I do.
That's great. No, that's good.
Even my undercarriage is
Well,
dirty.
because a lot of the times you hear voices from family members,
Yeah.
and you're like, wow, that'll make
And
a great character.
And it sticks, and it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So my father's a car now, a talking car. They live on in infamy.
That's great. Okay, listen, we're going to take my next break. Don't go away. We'll be back after this. More with Rob Rush.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
How you doing? It's Sal the Voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Theresa Tea Time with Theresa Farrell. And make sure you follow Theresa on Facebook, Tea Time with Theresa Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I have to. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Tea Time. So glad you're joining me. Yes, it is March. It is the first Monday in March, and I'm with Rob Rush. He's a digital creator. He is a voiceover artist. He gives great voice, and he's a program director, and he's a radio personality. He's on the Shark. He's on the Shark. You live on Long Island. Tune in to the Shark. Now, you're on the Shark a lot. You're on it, what, 10 a.m. to
No,
No, I'm sorry. That's 104.7.
Yeah,
okay, because you have like a double.
yeah.
You got like a double job
I got a
going
double
on.
life. I'm a
so
double agent.
So from 10 to 2, Monday through Friday, you're on 104.7.
Yes, and 1100 AM. That's WHLI. That's
Correct.
a heritage station. If you liked the way CBS FM sounded
Yes.
when you were talking about the doo-wops in the 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
That's what we're playing.
When you
there.
could understand the lyrics.
50s, 60s, 70s, and early 80s. is what we
Yeah.
play,
And then, okay, and then the Shark.
And then the Shark is 2 to 7.
2 to 7. And again, and then let me go back to I want to go back. I want to go back. I want to go back and ask you, because being in the industry that you're in, you know, you have mentioned that that you have a studio at Paramount.
Yes, the station, the company has a satellite studio at the Paramount. Yeah.
And you actually do interviews out of there as well?
Yes.
Okay. So
Depends on if it makes sense for the radio station, but yes, we all do stuff.
Now, is it
Shark
also, now radio's radio, but when you do the interviews, is it also something that's visual or?
No. I mean, we
Televised
can
and
be.
put-
We
yeah.
don't televise it,
Put
but we'll
somewhere?
video it and maybe put it up later or,
Okay,
you know,
all
simulcast.
right.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, the
Yeah.
one pick that really got to me, we're going to show some pics.
We'll show some pics.
But the one pick was 26, Please, and that was with Leslie Ann Warren, and
Oh,
this
yes.
was at the Paramount, correct?
That was at the Patchogue Theater.
Oh, the Patchogue Theater. I'm
Yes,
sorry,
that was the
I'm
Patchogue
corrected.
Theater.
Thank you for correcting me. But for those of you who don't remember, Leslie Ann Warren, she played Cinderella on television, and I fell in love with her. And she was I think she was 18 when
wow,
she did
okay.
it. She was very, very young. But the woman doesn't age. She's taking those Dick Clark pills. She looks
Yeah, she was good.
amazing.
Yeah,
She does. She looks great. Thank you, Carmine. All right. So, again, you know, you're in the industry. You meet a lot of talented people, between actors and athletes and musicians, of course. So we're going to take a stroll down memory lane, and we're going to start with number 8, please, and we're going to go through them because you and
Me and Dice, yes.
Dice.
I think we're more than acquaintances now. I think we're I was a high-end acquaintance. I think I'm a friend now with Dice.
That's
Yeah.
nice. That's sweet. I met Dice back in the early '90s at Jimmy's Comedy Alley.
Yes, he's a great guy.
And really, really sweet man.
Yes.
Really. And I have to
100%.
say, wonderful actor.
Oh, yeah.
He is a wonderful actor.
Yeah,
Really has
He's been
surprised
doing a lot
me.
more acting, you know,
Yes, he
in
has.
the last few years. But
He
he's
has.
great. Yeah.
Let's go to 9.
Let's go to 9.
Yeah.
Oh.
You and Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll, yes.
So
What
this
is-
had to be recent, right?
Yes, this was, I think, in October. He was at UBS Arena.
Yeah.
Yeah, very sweet guy. It's,
Yeah.
believe the hype. He's like a big teddy bear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He's got such an electric smile, too.
Yeah, nice guy.
Keep going. We're going. We're going.
Oh, my
You and
buddy.
Brett, yeah.
Brett Michaels, yes.
Yeah, and then you don't know him a long time, too.
I've known Brett for, maybe 17 years now. we've
Yeah,
been friends.
yeah, long time.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to this guy. 11. Who's that?
Oh,
Is that
this guy.
Mark Mendoza? Is that him?
Oh, yeah. That's when Mark
Look
came
behind
out. Yeah, Mark, turn your head. There you are. Look, it's you. And it's you looking.
It's Mark.
That was when we were at in Patchogue.
And
we
you
were
met
at-
him about 10 years ago, too, right?
I met Mark longer than 10 years ago.
Longer.
Yeah, probably about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
About 10 or 11 years ago. At a Brett Michaels concert.
There you go.
Yeah, see, so it all kind of intertwines.
All right, next
Yeah.
is you and Dennis.
Dennis Leary, yep.
Yeah, great guy.
Yeah, he was a nice
And then
guy.
the next pick, we're just going to keep going down.
Oh,
you and
Lachey.
Nick.
You can see in the background, that's when 94.3 The Shark was WMJC.
MJC.
You could see it, 94.3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go back to 7. Let's go all the way up to 7 because I got to show. Was this one of your headshots?
Yes, that was from
I love
94X.
I love showing headshots.
That was
And you know what?
94X.
Yours is in color. Most of them are in black and white.
Well, I'm not that old.
You're not. I am.
I'm not that old. Yes.
All right, we're going to go back to 14. My Paisan and yours.
Vinny.
Vinny Pastor.
Vinny Pastor,
Yeah,
yes.
hopefully, I'm hoping people to get him in that chair one day.
And a shout out to Killer Joe, by the way.
Oh,
too.
yeah, Killer Joe, definitely. 16, this is sweet pick.
Michael J. Fox.
Yes,
And that was
Michael.
backstage at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think like
Nice.
2016 or 17 maybe?
Yeah. And the next pick is a gentleman I had on the show.
Oh, yes.
Daniel Baldwin.
Yep.
And the next one, 18, is with Ice.
Ice-T, yes. That
There
was in
he
the
is.
city. I was with Munzie. market
Oh, yeah?
for something in the city for that. Yeah.
And of course, the next pick is someone who I've had on the show, Sal.
Oh wow, I forgot about
That's
that.
an old
picture.
pick.
Yeah.
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 And
Nice
then
guy.
20 is someone who I had on the show a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, Chris Roach. Yeah.
Chris Roach.
He's
So
a
shout
great
out to
guy.
Chris.
Yeah, Chris is a great guy.
He's great.
Yeah.
And then let's go to 22. Tell everyone who this is. I know who it is.
Oh, that's Wolfie, Wolfgang Van Halen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was in the studio.
How great
last
was
year, I
having
think
him
it
in the
was.
studio?
He was a great guy. I'd say. He's a nice guy.
He is so like I saw a little bit of a little clip.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I have to say he is the most, from what I gather,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not meeting him, but very honest,
Yes.
sincere, not in your face, but like a matter of fact.
I told him. I said if there
type
was
of person.
any Facebook or a social media tough guy or girl that ever got into it with me, I would have him go at it because he's great. He just pulls no punches because he was explaining, and Mark or any other musician would agree. It's not his fault that his last name is Van Halen.
Exactly.
And people will
exactly.
say, "Why don't you play Van Halen music?" And it's like, I'm
Right.
doing my own thing, and they don't get it, and they
Yeah.
push at him.
Yeah.
"Oh, you don't think you're dead, or blah, blah, blah." But yeah, he's great at coming back and calling these
Yeah,
people. He comes
yeah.
up with all these really clever terms.
Definitely.
Yeah.
23 is Steven.
That was a highlight because I'm a big Bruce fan. I love
Yes?
Springsteen's my
Yeah,
favorite.
he's one of your faves,
So
right?
to meet little Steven, and that was in the studio at the Paramount.
Okay.
To interview him in the studio over there. Yeah, I got to meet E Street members. I met little Steven.
Yeah.
And then I met Clarence.
Yeah.
I had a brush with
Yeah, yeah,
Bruce.
yeah.
A brush with Bruce.
Yeah.
Clarence.
That's cool.
Vinny Mad Dog Lopez, the original drummer. Yeah, so that was cool.
Wow. The next pick is you and D from TS.
Oh yeah, me and D.
Yeah.
From TS. Yeah.
I love your shirt.
Yes, the
Love
Flash.
your shirt.
Uh-huh. Look at Mark's face.
The next one is Judge.
That was one of the things that I did last year. I have to shout out Michelle Rizzo from the
Right.
Patchogue Theater.
Okay.
They hired me to do Q&As on stage
Love it.
last year. So they
Love
would
it.
show a movie,
Yeah.
and then they would have an actor from the movie come out with me and do a
That's
chat.
so cool.
Yeah,
You know, I have to say, I just recently did that. A shout out to Robert Lizardo,
Oh, okay.
who you know, and
Yes.
he actually just showed his movie in Cranford, New Jersey called American Trash.
Okay.
And the producer of the movie, Diana Carter, said to me, "Can you be the moderator? Can you moderate?
Yes,
I'm
the
doing the
moderator.
Q&A." And I was like, "What?" And I was like, I wish you gave me more
Yeah.
time, or I would have prepared, obviously. But I was like, okay. Let's take
Yeah.
this over, and
That was a
did
blast.
what I had to do, and
Yeah.
I had a really good time.
Yeah, so did I.
And Gary Pastor was actually at that
Oh, okay.
screening, which was great. Let's go to 27, please. Yeah, it's William.
That was one of the other things I did at the Patchogue last year. Yeah, nice guy. We went out for dinner beforehand.
Yeah,
we hung
yeah,
out. Really
yeah.
great, down to earth guy.
And then the
Yeah.
next one is Mira Sorvino and her
Yeah.
brother Mike. Is his name Michael?
Michael, yes.
Michael, right?
Again, that was at the Patchogue
Now I had
Theater.
had her cousin on, Paul. Not Paul. Paul's her dad. Bill Sorvino.
Oh, okay.
I had on. So
Yeah.
yeah, she's great. And then what do we got for 29?
Yeah, the whole lot
We
of
got
them.
Chris Daughtry.
Chris Daughtry, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
that was at the
he's having a
Paramount.
comeback, right?
Yeah, that was at the Paramount.
Yeah.
Last year, 2 years ago.
And there's some guy here with you in the next pick. What's his name?
Oh,
Two guys with you. What are their names?
Sal Governale, and I'm drawing a blank on the other
Billy
one.
Mira. Look at that
Billy
crew.
Mira, look at that face.
Oh my God. All right, so now
that.
we're going to go into sports people.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to 31, who is
Okay.
my good friend, Doc.
Doc, great guy.
Yeah, I'm happy to have him back on. He did virtual with me, but I want him back in studio.
Salt of the
Next
earth.
one. Of course, I had a crush on Mike. Who didn't?
Mike Piazza.
Hello.
The funny story is, Mark Mendoza's in the audience. I put
Yeah.
Mike on with Mark
Did you?
on the phone that day.
Oh,
yeah.
that's funny.
And I think I said something like, Mike said Twisted Sister sucks. And he goes, no, I didn't. And then Mark got on the phone. So, yeah, that was fun.
33 is Keith.
Keith Hernandez.
Yeah.
Yes. That was, I think, where the picture comes up. There it goes.
Oh,
I see it. Yeah, right there. You were on it. There you go. That was at
oh
Jake's
okay.
58.
That's the only one that didn't download. That's fine. While it's downloading, you want to
That's
go
all
to.
right. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there he is. There's
Jake's
Keith.
58. You can see in the background.
Yeah. I see it. Yeah. And then you have, after that, Mick the Quick.
Oh, Mickey Rivers.
And Mickey does Bat Boy Yankee Miracle with us.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, he's part of the show. He's in the show.
He was a nice guy.
Love him, love him. And then last is, of course, Goose.
Goose Gossett.
Yeah,
yes.
he's a doll. What a doll.
I've worked with him a couple of times.
Oh my God,
nice
he's
guy.
great. He's great. All right, working with people. You work with this guy. The next pick.
Oh, Andre. Yeah. It's one of those things
Who
where
I had on my show.
Yes, where it's very cyclical. We go back. Andre was like one of my mentors at LIR. And
Right.
Then, now you forward all these years. When he was looking for a job, I said we got to get him on the Shark. So he's on the Shark. He's on KJO. He's doing great. He's on all the stations.
He is.
Traffic reports.
And I go to
stuff.
his. Well, I haven't been in a while, but I go to his.
The LIR nights.
The
does.
club gigs.
Yeah.
I go.
God bless him. He's still carrying the torch.
Yeah,
with all that.
Out there at the clubs.
Yeah.
Doing
and
it.
People still talk about that station to this day.
Oh yeah. No, we had a blast. You have a picture, which is 37.
Apparently they
and
got a lot of pictures.
Tell me what this is, because this looks like a rush within itself, and no pun intended.
That was at Jones Beach for
I knew
Disturbed.
it. I knew it.
Disturbed. I was bringing out Disturbed before they went out on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very cool.
How many times have you worked Jones Beach?
Going out on stage like that? Oh boy, maybe 5, 6.
Yeah. Last time I was there, I saw Rod Stewart.
My mother loves Rod, and my mother's name is Doreen too. By the way, I heard you say
Is
that at the
it?
beginning.
Yeah, my
Yes.
best friend. One of my best friends is Doreen.
Yes,
We
Doreen.
grew up together.
She's
yeah.
Doreen. I don't know if you.
Yeah, so's Doreen.
Okay, some people spell it.
Why? Is there another way to spell it?
Dorene. Some people spell it.
What?
Yeah, what?
No.
Yeah, that's what
no. Don't do that to that name. You want to give a shout out to your mom?
Shout out to my mom.
There you go. Yeah. But that's a really cool pic on stage. That's
thank
really
you.
cool.
Yeah, I should frame that.
You should.
I should, yeah.
You should, because the one of Mark that I show all the time is the one that it's his cover where he's in Europe and you see just throngs and throngs and throngs and like 150,000 people.
I think that was
whatever it is.
photoshopped.
You think so?
I think so.
Oh, I don't know. We're gonna have to look into that. I don't know. Something sounds a little suspicious. All right, listen. We're gonna take my last break. When we come back, we're gonna talk about his new show on a Sunday night with these two sidekicks that I don't know.
Her words, not mine.
Try to keep them treading water here. All right, we'll be back after this. Don't go away.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
Doc, who's the best comedian you know?
Theresa Farrell.
And who's the best actress you know?
Theresa Farrell.
And who's the best cast member in Bat Boy?
Teresa Farrell.
Who's got the best radio?
Teresa Farrell.
Doc, who's your favorite guinea?
Teresa Farrell.
Who are you loving right now?
Teresa Farrell.
All right, Doc, I love you too, baby.
Love you as always.
Thank you.
Hey, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm with Rob Rush. Do you live on Long Island? Do you listen to The Shark? This is him. This is him. Listen to him. He's great. He's not only a radio personality, but he also does voiceover work. He's also the program director and a digital creator.
Yeah, what is a digital creator?
I don't know. I was just going to ask you that.
I don't know
what do you
that
create?
means. I create nothing.
No,
Space.
That's not true.
A digital creator. I guess it's like when you do social media. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. Speaking about social media, you can find Rob on social media. It's Rob Rush on Facebook, and it's Rob_Rush on Insta. Wow. And where else can people find you? And is there anything else that?
That's
other
all
places?
I really do is Rob Rush on Facebook.
Yeah, Insta.
Rob_Rush on Instagram.
And then the radio stations. The
radio stations at 943 The Shark on both Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, 943
and do they have? And I'm sure they have.
Or WHLI.
They have apps as well.
Yeah.
And they have.
WHLI has an app, as does 943 The Shark. You just search on Google or was it Android devices, Google Play Store, right?
Yeah.
And then the App Store if you have an iPhone. I have an iPhone.
So tell me, in the almost 30 years you're doing this. Like, so you started like when you were like 10. What is the biggest thing you've seen evolve that has changed that you might be a little happy with it and you might not be too happy with it?
Well, technology is really
Well,
the
yeah,
biggest thing.
we all talk
you know.
about AI these days.
That's scary.
It is scary.
Yeah. I always, everybody embraces it, which is fine. It's good, to embrace
degree, to a
but
degree.
I always go back to the Terminator. I'm just like, well, that was AI too, and look how that turned out.
Right.
But, a lot of people that say radio isn't what it used to be, because the instantaneous streaming and all this other stuff. I always like to tell people that, traditional radio is the last of the free mediums. Free. You don't have to own anything
you're
except for a car,
absolutely
or a
right.
radio, and that's it. If you get into a car, even if it's a beat-up car or if it's a new car, the FM and AM radio is going to be there. Your subscriptions to satellite or your streaming services that go through Bluetooth, that's always going to cost you a little something, but
Yes.
radio is there for you.
Right.
And I always say also, you can stream your music, but you're not going to get concert tickets from them. You're not going to get restaurant gift certificates or know where the best places to go are.
Right.
So radio still has, its place.
An upper hand. I think it still has that upper hand.
Of course, there's a million other things, but I don't think it's down and out for the count like some people think it is, but it's not.
I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think it'll ever go away as long as people keep tuning in, and I think as long as people are in their cars,
Yeah.
I think the radio is going to be
And I think
on.
there's that connection too. Like you bring up AI. AI can do voices, but there's not that human connection that you just
Connection.
feel when you meet somebody, whether it's for the first time or, over the phone or you talk to somebody. Yeah, there's a connection. Whether it's good or bad, there's a connection. With AI, it's just flat.
Yeah. There's no emotion there. Obviously, there's
but,
no.
the technology, like I said, is advanced, good and bad.
Yeah. But what has changed for you as far as technology goes? I mean, has it made your job a little easier, faster, quicker, more efficient?
It's made it. Some stuff is a necessary evil. It's all, whereas everything is, it's digital now. Like you were talking about spinning records. There wasn't a lot. It's digital. There's no records. There's no CDs. There's no anything.
Right.
So that unfortunately can limit the number of jobs that, could be there because it's all digital and, one person could do it and you can get this to do that. That would probably be the most, I guess, disadvantage that you'd have in the evolution of technology.
In all your years, have you ever had laryngitis, lost your voice, and not be able to work?
Well, I mean, I don't know if I've had laryngitis. But
I know you're human. I know you do get sick.
I do get sick.
Not that I don't wish anything on you. Not that I don't wish anything on you, but you're human. I'm sure you know.
I don't know if
there
I've
were
had.
days when,
I don't know if I had laryngitis.
No.
But probably definitely a cold.
Right.
And
now, do you speak from the diaphragm to not sound nasal, or do you
I
stay
had
home that day?
No, I would go in. I would try not to. I would try to get somebody to fill in if I really sounded bad. If you have to, you just go on and, that's part of being the human connection.
This is me today, but it doesn't sound like me today.
Hey, sorry, but I have a cold,
Right,
so,
right.
This
It
is what I'm going to
happens.
sound like today, If you don't like it, then sorry.
Hey, let's talk about this new show on Sunday nights.
Let's talk about it. So we got, go ahead, you want to intro?
Oh, no, go ahead. I will say that two of the gentlemen that are doing this with you, I've had on the show. So I have to say now, I've had the three of you now on the show. This is kind of cool.
Don't let that get
I've
out.
completed the triangle.
There you go.
Okay, so
trifecta.
Billy Mira and Mark Mendoza are now joining you every Sunday night from 7 to 9.
Very good.
Okay, and it is called
A Rock and a Hard Place.
A Rock and a Hard Place.
94.3 The Shark. Yeah, it spawned out of Mark, Billy, and I did a show on Mark's old channel, Area 22.
Right.
And then we always wanted to do something on the radio with the under the assumption of kind of making it like a rock fan's paradise, or like having conversations but playing music, but not the same music, playing it different, almost like there was a show called That Metal Show that Eddie Trunk hosted, almost making it like a version of that, but for the radio, where we have interviews. There's a segment called Dish It Out that Billy came up with that we pick a topic and we talk about things. Mark is great. Mark probably should, have his own book or write his own book. He's a
Oh,
great storyteller.
We actually talked about that.
He's a
when
great
he was-
storyteller.
when he
I'm
was
not
on my
just saying
show.
that because he's
I
sitting
told him
here.
he needs to write a book, and then it needs to become a movie. Absolutely.
He's a great storyteller. So just Mark's stories in himself lend a little credence. And, I think that helps us get some guests because there are some, and take no offense, there are people that do shows where a lot of people don't want to be on there because they're going to get bombarded. And I think Mark being there, not that I would bombard anybody with stupid questions, nor would Billy, but I think having Mark on the show, it brings more of for an artist, it brings more of a sense of safety because they know Mark's been through it like they have.
Oh, yeah.
And, Mark being there, Mark's great.
He's the best.
He's the best.
He is.
Mark, me, Billy.
Oh, they
Mark,
love
Billy.
They love breaking them, Billy. They love breaking them. Oh, my God.
All right, I'll do it so Billy doesn't get mad.
Oh.
Me, Billy, Mark.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Oh, my God. That's great. Oh, my God. That is hysterical. That's so funny. Mark's laughing. This is great. Billy, why weren't you here tonight?
I don't know if he's going to comment or something. I saw what you wrote, Rob. Think you're funny? Yeah.
You do a really good impersonation of him. That's really good.
Billy, yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Well, Billy's great, too. Billy does great impressions,
No,
too.
he's,
David Lee Roth, Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah. He's done
we
them
both
all.
do Joe Pesci.
He's great, yeah.
We both do De Niro. His De Niro's...
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Well, yeah. His De Niro's... He's got a good De Niro face, Billy.
That's it? What, I get 2 seconds?
Yeah, well, but De Niro's just a face. Joe Pesci's the voice,
right.
We all do that, yeah.
That's fun.
Can't give away all my secrets tonight, come on.
You know what it is, too, is, you all bounce off of each other.
And that's the
you
great
have
thing, 'cause
three-
we're all
three
friends.
creative minds. So let me ask you a question, because, again, because we mentioned... we mentioned production director, program director. So did you have to get an okay for this show, or did you just say, "Hey guys, this is what we're doing on Sunday nights"?
I mean, no, it's we're not saying anything bad. We're
I mean,
promoting
you
the
have
Shark.
to see what slot is open.
Yeah,
Right, and
Yeah.
then see if you can, get.
You're
your
talking
foot
about
in the
coming
door.
on here?
No, I'm talking about. I'm talking about Sunday night, 7 to 9.
Oh, Sunday night. Yeah.
talking about
we had to see what slot was open. There was a slot there originally called Fresh Blood, and then that show was moved to Saturday nights, 9 to 11 with Orlando.
Okay.
So that was it. There was an opening there, and
and you took
we
it.
just decided to take
That's
it. Yeah.
And they both said, sure.
There was a shot. I decided to take it. It's like Robert did. I think there was something in Bronx too. I was like, I took a shot. What do you want to do?
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's great. Again, everyone, Rob Rush on Facebook, Rob_Rush on Instagram. Yeah, I mean, do you have? Oh, hello. Yes, we do.
Oh.
What I do? Wait, real quick. Pick 38, please. Pick 38. Don't mention, whatever you do, don't mention the price. Just tell them where to go for tickets.
94.3theshark.com.
Okay, this is coming up March 27th at Mulcahy's. Tell everyone about this.
So this was a idea that was spawned by John Hampson of 9 Days. He was the brainchild behind putting together what he calls a round robin of all these artists that were popular and are still popular. But, people remember them from the 90s and early 2000s. So it's going to be
Thank you, Carmine. Yeah, John.
Brian Vander Ark with the
Right.
Birdpipe. Robin Wilson of the Gin Blossoms, and Vinny Dombrowski of
Yeah.
Sponge.
And it's
All
a
gonna be-
kind of Q&A kind of thing?
It's going to be an acoustic show. All
Yeah.
those singers singing all the songs you know and love. One
Yeah.
night. And
one night only.
One night only. March
Okay.
27th at
March,
Mulcahy's.
put it back up real quick, Carmine. Let's put it back up.
March
There you go.
27th at Mulcahy's
and
in
go to
Wanside.
what.com for?
You can go to 94.3theshark.com for
There you
tickets or
go.
muls.com,
Okay,
moles.com.
for tickets. We're just going to say they're inexpensive.
They are inexpensive.
So I'm hoping to be there.
I hope that you are
You
there
gonna be
too.
there?
I got to be there.
You got to be there.
Yeah, I got to be there.
And Mark Mendoza's
Mark's
going to be
gonna
there.
be there.
Hey, you want to meet Rob? You want to meet Mark?
Billy,
Come
Billy's
on out
gonna
on
be
the
there.
27th.
Most
of
importantly, do
Mulcahy's.
you want to meet Theresa?
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what I
right.
want to know.
Me, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, listen, well, I want to thank you. Is there anything else that's coming up anywhere that, other than Mulcahy's that you have in your back pocket?
Anything that I got? No. I mean, just to listen to the show. I think this week we're going to have John's going to come on. John Hampson's going to come on.
Awesome.
Rockin' a Hard Place. Then we have a couple of guests lined up too. I think
Sunday?
Aida Tutora, I think, is going to be coming on
There
with
you
us. My good
go.
friend Aida.
Yes.
She'll be coming in on a couple of weeks.
Yeah, you remember her from The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Tune in.
Who else? A few people.
Yeah.
It's just 7 to 9 on 94.3 The Shark. Yeah.
7 to 9. That's it. Tune in.
That's for that show, yeah. And then I'm on 2 to 7 Monday to Friday.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know when you're not on because seriously, I mean, you're on all
I'm
the
on right
time.
now somewhere. oh crap, I gotta go. No. Oof, thank God.
Well, listen, I want to thank you for doing this,
I
and
appreciate it.
again making the connection through Mark. And seriously, I appreciate it. My door's always open if you want to, come
I
promote,
would love
talk
to,
about
yeah.
something else. Let me
Maybe
know.
we can get another 2 chairs. We can get Mark and Billy to come
Oh,
back
you know
next time.
what? We might
think
just
that
be
would
able
be-
to do
yeah,
that. I don't think I'll be able to get a word in edgewise.
Well, not with
but-
Billy, no. But,
Well, listen, I want to thank you again.
Thank
And
you.
I want to thank everyone for watching Tea Time. Thank you, everyone, for watching the show. Please like the show. Please share it. Tea Time is live every Monday night at 8 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook. Then it goes to Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV, Apple TV, everywhere podcasts can be heard. Seen every Saturday at 11 a.m. on Channel 20 for people who live on Long Island and get Optimum TV. So we're going to be on TV this Saturday.
this Saturday.
There you
I'll
go.
have to make a mention of
Yeah. All right,
channel,
everyone.
20?
Channel 20, 11 a.m. for people who get Cablevision. Yeah, Optimum.
Optimum.
Yeah, no, we're not on Fios yet, but Optimum. All right, so listen, I want to thank everyone again for watching Tea Time and supporting me. I will see you next week. Remember, tell everyone you love them. Ciao. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.